to the Calm,
The Storm,
The Whimsy
podcast.
Have you ever been, Kelly, in Crystal's bedroom?
I've walked past it.
Okay. If you've never been in it, which I have, and I've put Grant to bed in there before. So I've been in there long enough, like rocking a baby, to be observant of my surroundings. And if we've ever wanted to feel like failures, going into her bedroom is the way to do it. Because girl has a whiteboard up with her goals for the year. How many books she's going to read, how many she's already read, her different goals that she wants to accomplish, which are wonderful. It's all wonderful. But it's just another one of those things that we're like, there's the calm.
Mine would be like whiteboard, cleaned your bedroom. It would never get erased the whole year.
And if you could maybe make it out to your van too.
Oh my god!
Mine would say, make your goal list. Don't read any books.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
So when we talk about New Year's,
yes,
everybody does the New Year's resolutions. Everybody
does
typically.
everybody?
Well, I feel
I
like
mean, it's a thing.
the majority of people go into the new year like, this year, this is what's going to change. This is what I'm going to do different.
Mm-hmm.
And just not a lot of us like write the goals out and then meet them. So let's just start with you. Tell us about that. How does that work? How do you successfully
Meet my goals.
Yeah. And when do you start planning them for the next year?
This is the time.
Okay. So has your whiteboard been
My
transformed?
whiteboard is clean right now.
Okay.
So on the whiteboard, we'll
So you
go,
read all your books.
Probably more.
I did. I read so many books.
So what was your goal for books?
My goal was 12. 12 books. And
I read one.
wait,
But you read all the ingredients on things, so you're good.
yeah, you read a lot. you read a lot. Let's see, books I've read this year. Shoot. Hold on one moment.
Oh, she's got them in her phone too. Her note.
Oh my goodness. You should see the
She's
journal
still
that's in here.
scrolling.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and I'm on 16 and I have 17 for the end of this year. So 17 books this year.
Does that roll over to next year? Like you hit your goal and you're already halfway through the next year?
No.
It's not a rollover
But
policy.
I met my goal on July 25th of 2024.
Jeez, cool.
So that was 12 books.
It's amazing.
10 of them were allowed. So this is 10 of them were allowed to be to be fiction.
They were allowed to.
Because she sets these kinds of goals for herself.
And 2 of them had to be nonfiction. I'm sorry. So my goal every year is to read a little bit more nonfiction. So I read a podcast book this year. I read a couple books that were from an author that I like that I know personally. And so I guess enriching books would be.
Yeah.
So they're not, my normal murder mystery
Guilty pleasures.
or guilty
Yeah.
pleasure of reading fiction because I love fiction. I love all kinds of fiction. So that's just my goal is to better myself as a reader.
That's awesome.
To like branch out.
Okay.
I have a book
That
you
way.
need to put into your thing.
I know.
This year.
Okay. This year?
Put it on.
This
It'll
year.
be one of the ones that you have to add
I
another
can
one
read
in.
it, but I'm not sure I want to do the group.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Just read it.
I'll definitely read it.
Yeah.
For sure.
I started reading it again.
Oh.
Okay, so that's just one of the goals.
That
What
was
else,
just one.
What else was on there?
To plant a garden.
Done.
Did it. To start a podcast.
Done.
Or I think in the beginning of that was to be a content creator of some kind.
Yeah.
Done.
Has that only been this year?
Yes.
You guys.
I know.
When did we start?
February.
How?
Before that,
January
wasn't it?
30.
It was January because it was
Yes.
before I went to Disney.
It's only
It
been
was.
a year. Not
Can you
even.
believe, not even a year.
That's crazy. We're amazing.
That's insane.
Continue.
So
We can cross that off
You
our
can.
imaginary whiteboard.
Yeah.
You can, and that's exciting.
Check. Read the cereal box. Check.
Read the cereal box.
Did research on the candle. Check.
Oh my gosh. My other goal was to listen to more podcasts. So that was just for personal things. I'm pretty sure I had on there pick a church,
Okay.
and there was 3 options, and so that happened.
Okay.
Let me look, because I took a picture of it before I erased it because it was so impressive. I was like,
Maybe we need to do that.
I was thinking we should challenge ourselves to all do a whiteboard this year. Just us personally.
oh, just us.
Like each of us.
Individually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fitness schedule. So I have on here Pop Sugar, which is
Pop Sugar.
a workout. Oh my
Elf.
gosh.
It's like the movie Elf.
A workout that I like that's on YouTube. Running schedule, walking. Oh, I ran
Oh, yeah.
the Akron relay. So that was one of them. Cleaning schedule. So I usually put on there, I create a schedule that works best for me for each. I actually switched that. This is probably terrible. This sounds like I'm ridiculous. I switch that every 3 months, just to make sure like whatever is happening in our lives. So like summertime is way more laxed. So I might do that. I might do my cleaning schedule differently in the summer than I do in the winter.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need you to do a cleaning schedule for me.
Okay.
So
Add that
on
to
my
your
whiteboard,
whiteboard.
it's going to say, have Crystal make you a cleaning schedule.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. There's a couple things on here okay. So this is what it says. So learn how to make hummus. Be interviewed for a magazine. I put that on there because we were being interviewed by a magazine, and then I felt like I could check it
Cross
off.
it off.
Yeah.
Nice.
Change food habits.
Yeah.
I changed my food habits. I lost 25 pounds this year, which is
Yay.
crazy.
Amazing.
Harvest onions, potatoes, and carrots, which was from my garden. Okay, so this is the goals that I met. Started a podcast. I raised my admin fees for my previous job that I was working. So that was one of the goals, to raise that income. Homeschooled Letty. Learned how to have a root garden and time frames. Read 12 books, but now it's 16. And what?
Nothing
It
continues.
was
Oh my
impressive.
Gosh. But there are things on here I didn't do. Okay. So I didn't start sourdough, which was a goal that I wanted to do. And I didn't learn how to make hummus. So I have to add those to my goals for next year, if there's still something I want to do.
Yeah.
I know. This actually started many years ago. And I have been doing it for like at least 10 years.
That's awesome.
And it's not to make anybody feel bad about themselves.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. So you're fine.
Okay.
No, it doesn't make me feel bad. It makes me want to make a list.
Yeah.
So I
So
know
this
I
is
can
what it
check
looks
it off.
like.
Ah.
This is actually.
I've seen it.
Oh yeah, you have seen it. Yes.
So I feel like if I were to sit down and say, what did I accomplish in the past year?
Yeah.
I could make a list.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I'm not a great goal setter.
Okay.
So there are things that every year I think, it'd be nice to not eat like crap anymore, or to not feel like crap anymore because I'm eating like crap. Like that's a big one. Or to get in the word more and be more
Yeah.
disciplined.
Yep.
Like there's definitely goals that I feel like if I wrote them down, it's another accountability thing if we're all
Yeah.
talking about them.
So I know you have them. Like, and I
Yeah.
know there's things that you want to attain
Yeah.
and things like that. And so I feel like for me, okay, so 12 books a year. That's not for everyone.
Yeah, I'm not
So,
interested
and
in
not
that.
even interested in reading, but I'm just saying, like, so that's attainable for me because I
enjoy
do
it,
that.
yeah.
I read.
Yeah.
But if I wasn't a reader and I wanted to read, just saying it, I would be like, my goal is to read one book.
Yeah.
One book. So like make it attainable.
Yeah.
Don't make it so big. Mine are big now because
You started.
I started little.
Yeah. And people paid you to meet goals in the beginning.
Yeah.
Like read books.
Right? So
Where's my $50 holler?
hey, you read a book, you might find out what you get.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
I think we should challenge ourselves with 2 things, Kelly, because Crystal's already doing it. We should make it a list of our accomplishments from 2024.
Absolutely.
Man, I don't even know.
Because then we'll feel like amazing. Yes, if you look back at
You probably
your
have
year.
to make it for me.
Okay.
Aaron and I actually do that together.
Yeah, we should though, because it's good to
There's
look back
so
and
many-
say like, what have we accomplished?
How many
Yeah.
clients did you have?
Yeah.
How many weddings did you do?
Yeah.
What were your absolutely?
There's a lot.
You have tons.
You have homeschooled your children all year. Like there's definitely
Yes.
accomplishments, and then make the goals. Like every time I'm in your room, putting a baby to bed, I'm thinking, why don't I do that?
It's a small thing.
Yeah.
Like this is so crazy. This is what my list used to be like. Wash my face every night
Okay.
or wash my face twice a week.
Yeah.
Like those were the kinds of things that I started with just to better myself because I always felt like there's something out there to better myself all the time. And what is it? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a book.
Yeah.
It could be like I take my mascara off at night.
Yeah.
I mean, it is as little
Maybe
as
if
that.
I wrote
like,
take birth control every night
yes.
That would be
on my
great.
goal
Yeah.
board, I would,
Yeah, you might. Yeah.
I wouldn't have the best hair in the
I
world.
mean, he's amazing. So,
but in going forward.
well, yeah. I mean, I'm just even thinking like,
Yeah. So, do you think that it's possible to be too ambitious? Can you write as many?
yeah.
But can you? Like, is it okay to be overly ambitious and know that you're not going to, or should you limit it?
I limit it.
So, how do you decide?
I limit it because I like to have the goal completed.
Right.
So how do I?
Like, do you give yourself a number?
No. I think I just. Because like it kills me that there are actually things on my list that I didn't do,
Right.
and so
Well,
I
there's
want
still
to be
a week. There's still a week. Let's
Yeah.
make hummus.
And sourdough.
You're good.
Okay. But I don't. You can break it down. I think
Okay.
I'm trying. I don't
Kelly's
know.
literally having like
She's
a
having
massive
trouble with her-
allergy attack right now.
Right this moment, she's struggling.
Oh no.
My eyes swelled shut. It's
yeah,
all
it's
good though.
pretty bad.
Oh gosh.
How you doing over there, Kelly?
Don't post this picture.
Oh, I might. It's not a
No.
picture, it's a video of your eyes
Oh my
swollen shut.
goodness, it is.
It's
So-
probably your dog.
No, it's not my dog. My dog is the best thing about
Yeah, that probably makes your eyes swell shut.
it's worth it. She's
It's-
just my baby dog.
Okay.
She's my baby dog.
So, have you ever set those kind of goals before? Like,
Well, I've made like a to-do list.
sure, but I'm just saying, like in general, like thinking about like, okay, your whole year.
No.
This is what I want to accomplish.
No.
In the year.
I usually say like a few things I want to do
Sure.
and hope they happen. Hope I get to them.
Hope you remember what they were.
I would love to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Like I would love that. Like I don't think in a bad way. Like, oh, did you make your goal?
Yeah.
But like, I feel like I'm a better person
Yeah.
because I guess I strive to do things. But you guys strive to do things. You just aren't writing them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I
Like,
might
there
not
are-
accomplish the things that actually like eat away at me. Like
Okay.
that I would love to meet. So like, for example, we are my house. Like I want to go through cupboards and I want to go through closets and I want my house by the end of the year to be like clutter free. Like
Yeah.
legit clutter free. Not just I work on it one weekend and I feel a little bit better and then we move on.
And that's not the goal that you write down.
Okay, what do you write
So
down?
you write down, I'm going to clean my cupboards out.
Okay.
I'm going to clean my,
My list is going to be long.
and I think
My
that's
whole
okay.
house needs decluttered. I started a challenge a couple of years ago that they would start in rooms and tell you what to do
Yeah.
for like the month of January just to help.
Yeah.
And it's helped me a ton.
Yeah, I have the
But-
Martha Stewart book that like has little check marks in it. It's like this. It's huge.
Yeah.
And I remember that's how I started scheduling my cleaning was based on something that Martha Stewart had in her book because like I just didn't come up with it,
Right.
like, you know. And
Yeah.
so I came up with it eventually on my own of how I was going to do it. But like she sets it out like this is what you do daily. This is what you do weekly. This is what you do monthly, quarterly, and like so
Yeah.
forth. So then it doesn't seem like it's so overwhelming.
So I think the problem I have with goals, I've told my husband this before. I think that I have to change my mindset because if I can't finish it all right now,
Yes.
then I just get overwhelmed and don't want to do it. So then nothing ever happens with those types
Sure.
of things. So like my house, if I start in the kitchen and I can only do 2 cupboards, which is what I did to myself today, I started cleaning out cups. I got rid of like 3 bagfuls, but I only got to 2 cupboards.
That's okay.
And so that overwhelms me because I didn't finish.
Oh, so
So
you
that's
won't
where
go
I
back
struggle.
to it.
Or I just won't like force myself to start it because
Gotcha.
I know I can't
'Cause it's-
finish it.
Yeah.
So I think that's
I
where I have
mean,
to change my
15
mindset.
I do
The lady
think
I
that
followed
it's-
was like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Spend 15
it's
minutes.
not an like
It's a mindset thing.
it's a mindset. And I think setting goals is what trigger your mind is thinking and different when you are putting them out there. So
Right.
like if you're putting it out there like on your whiteboard and it's in front of you, put it in your kitchen. It's in my bedroom because that's where my office is and so that's where I feel like this is where I'm going to look at it.
Yeah.
But put it in your kitchen. Put it on your mirror in your bathroom. Put it somewhere that you are going to be like looking at it that it will remind you because you have 5 kids.
Right.
So like life is not just look at a whiteboard and be like, "Oh, what can I do today?"
Right, yeah.
You know, like you're not there. You're
Yeah.
not in that moment. And I also think that it's like 3 goals. Set 3 goals.
Yeah.
Set 3 goals. 1 a house goal, 1 a personal goal, 1 a faith goal.
Yeah.
And make it that simple.
Yeah.
Like in those categories, you could have smaller things that break down, but like, or family goal, house goal, faith goal, personal,
Yeah.
and then break it down just a couple.
So our challenges for the beginning of January, make our accomplishments list and our goals.
Okay.
I think that you will find that it is very rewarding.
Yeah.
Especially the accomplishment goal.
Yeah.
Because like if you are looking at that and being like, this is what I accomplished this year, and you're gonna be like, yes, what
Yeah.
can I do this coming year?
Yeah. So what about another thing that I've always seen people do is pick a word for the year. Have you ever done that?
I have never done that.
I think I picked one last year, but I don't remember what it was.
Maybe we should pick one though.
Yeah.
And then like write it on our board
Yeah.
and remember what it is because I'm not sure that I would remember either.
Yeah.
Like the reason I have my whiteboard is because I'm not going to remember
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to think about all the things that I'm going to do this year. I don't even have any idea like what
Yeah.
brought up all of the goals for me, all the things.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
I think we should pick a word too.
I agree.
Let's do it.
I can't pick it right now.
Not right now.
No.
No.
No. And this is, yeah, you write it and we all know what it is and
Yeah.
hold each other accountable. And so I think that this goal setting comes from my husband. My husband is a goal setter, but he doesn't necessarily always, he is different than me. He doesn't need to attain or meet the goal in order for it to be a goal. I cannot make large goals and not meet them.
Yeah.
Like that sounds terrible to me. So like, yeah, the goals that I set were things that I wanted to do. And I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. But
So if you can try to remember, Kelly, from this past year, what would you say maybe is one of your biggest accomplishments from the year?
Mine would honestly be just getting up early in the morning and spending time with God
Okay.
before everybody wakes up.
You do that every day?
I
most
do.
days?
Most, probably 95% of the time.
Nice.
Wow. Good job.
Even if it's just reading a chapter. I just make sure I read something.
What about you?
My biggest accomplishment.
You kind of went over all of yours.
I mean, personally, my biggest accomplishment, I feel like, was my garden.
Okay.
Like, that was something that I had been, like, for years. It has been on my goal list for years, guys. So this is not something that just got checked off. Like, ooh. Like, it was on my goals for many years, and
Yeah.
I just passed it by. So I feel like that was a huge accomplishment for me. But I feel like this podcast
Oh, yeah.
as R3 like is a huge accomplishment, and I love it.
Yeah.
And I would not change this for anything. So
Yeah. So I think for me, there's a whole bunch of mess because I am in the thick of raising 5 children and one being I mean, he's not a baby, but still feels like I'm in the baby phase of life. But being able to raise 5 kids while running a photography business, while being a part of a podcast that we've done a lot of episodes and have put a lot of work into it, while learning how to do video editing for photography, and now helping with a nonprofit get off the ground. Like, I kind of feel like a boss when I say all of that out
right.
loud.
You need to have the list because you forget what
Yeah.
those things are. There's probably more.
Yeah.
There's so many more.
Yeah.
Like, yes,
We should be proud of ourselves.
we should, guys, we do a good job. You homeschooled your kids for what, 3 years now?
Yeah.
Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
And we cut out a lot of crap food in our
Yes.
lives this year.
Yeah.
I did for little months.
We
Yeah.
did
I know, but
change
it
our
made
lives.
us aware.
It did, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we made some big changes in food, and wow.
Yeah. It makes me want to be better. That will be one
Right?
of my goals for the
To be
next year.
better.
Yeah.
I think there's a saying, 1% better every day.
Yeah.
That's all.
And even
So what
though,
does that mean? That
even-
means like read a sentence,
Even though I fell off the wagon, I did lose 20 pounds still, but I
Right?
didn't gain back.
That's
right?
awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. I think I need to lose 35 next year.
I need to lose 800.
Stop it.
Is that too ambitious?
Yes. Start with 5. Those are the kinds of things.
Yes.
Just attainable. 5 pounds is attainable. And then 5 more. And then 5 more. So
5 more. The thing too is if we start to change our focus to stuff like this, to creating the goal list, to noting our achievements, like that will, just like the food things that we've talked about in the past, like spill over into what our kids do and how they're formed and what they see. And I think it's so easy to focus on the negative things. We don't pay attention to the achievements. But
the
if you set a
achievements.
goal list that you can check off, then you can.
and who doesn't want to check something off of a list?
I do like checking
right?
things off a list.
Same.
Are you
It's
a to-do
like-
list kind of girl?
Yes, for sure.
Do you write it on paper or notepad?
Notepad and my phone.
I need a whiteboard. I don't have a whiteboard.
I love the whiteboard.
But the kids come home from school though. Lenny has that giant whiteboard, and that's the only way I can stay organized with all their different teachers.
Right. Yeah. Do you have a whiteboard for this?
No
Challenge we
I need
just
to get one,
discussed?
small one.
Yeah.
I love it. I love my whiteboard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
Thank you for listening to the Calm, the Storm, the Whimsy podcast. Follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Facebook, and Instagram. Stay tuned for our next episode. it.
I licked the microphone.
Oh my gosh, I had my eyes closed and I was going like this, like thinking.
That thing made the noise.
I thought so too.
That's what I heard.
That's what I heard
It
too,
has a
and I
paw
thought
on
it
it.
was like this.
So I thought it was that. Sick.